name is Maggie. Welcome everyone back to our National Ambassador podcast channel. Today I will be chatting with Helina and Sanskar to talk about the Indian Student Organization and the Indian community in Wellington. This podcast should be especially useful for those who would like to learn about and also participate in the Indian community. So, hello, Helena and Sanskar. Could you please
Hi.
both introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Sanskar Das.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the treasurer of the Indian Student Organization. Um, I'm in my final year of the Bachelor of Commerce program, and I'm majoring in accounting and commercial law.
What
It's
are
all quickly introduce myself. Hey everyone, my name is Helina Gandhi, and I'm the president of VW Indian Students Organization. So I study at Victoria University. I major in accounting and commercial law. Yeah, so that's me.
so for the Indian Students Organization? First, could you guys give us a brief description about the Indian Student Organization and like who can join your organization?
So VW Indian Students Organization is a cultural club which was just established last year in 2021. So we as a club aim to build a strong community of young Indian youth or anyone else who is keen to join the club, where we celebrate Indian festivals and also Indian culture. And we, as a club, aim to support the Indian youth at the university if they need any help with anything related to academic year or anything else in general. And talking about who can join the club, we are a very friendly and welcoming club. So students from any culture background who is willing to learn about Indian culture and Indian festival are welcome to join the club. So it was just founded last year in 2021, around March 2021. So the main reason why we founded the club was for the Indian representation at the university, where we can just spread awareness on different Indian festivals, help Indian youth to like learn about their culture, and also to support Indian youth at the university. Yeah.
What do you hope to achieve with this club?
So with this club, we basically hope to spread awareness about India and this kind of festivals we have. Also, there's a lot of international students we understand in Wellington, and they can sometimes, I guess, feel kind of homesick, they can miss
Mm.
India. And so we want to host Indian events, have Indian food, music, and make them feel more at home at Wellington. Yeah, so mainly just promoting India's culture and making sure that students have a good time. Yeah. Do you want to add
So
on?
yeah, I'll quickly add on something to that as well.
Yeah.
So as I said before, like our main aim is to build a strong community. So we hope to make a difference in the lives of young, like Indian youth, where they can feel more connected to their culture, learn about their culture, and also feel a sense of belongingness within their university community, and like where they can like proudly embrace their culture despite of the differences. So yeah, we like combined with what Sanskar said and what I said, we hope to achieve those things.
Yeah, awesome. So, what kind of the event had your club won in the past, or can you also share with us some events you plan to host in the future?
So since I joined the committee, which was last year, the first event we had was a Garba night. So Garba night, it's a Gujarati festival, and it mainly involves a lot of dancing and music. And so we had a pretty big event, and we had a lot of students coming in, and everyone was all dressed up, and we had music and we had a lot of dancing. So that was the first event that I took part in. The next event we had was a Diwali party. Diwali is the festival of lights. And so we collaborated with the Indian High Commission and we had a pretty large scale event. We had almost 100 people show up to the event. And we could have easily crossed 100 people, but because we had COVID at that time, we had to keep the attendees under 100. So yeah, that was a really good event. Also, we had 3 dance performances, and we had a lot of food, like a lot of food at the event. So yeah, so those are the 2 events that we've had in the past. Helena, do you want to share some more events?
Yeah, before Sanskar joined the committee, we organized other events as well, such as welcome party. We started with welcome party where all the new members or our because we it was a newly established club, we had like new members where they interacted with other people, like meet new people, improve their social skills. So we had welcome party as our first event. Second event we did was Bollywood movie night. As I don't know if people know what Bollywood is. It's a Indian cinema, which comes from India, and where we played a movie named as Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, where like it was played in Indian's national language, which was Hindi, and like just like getting our members come along, enjoy the movie, and have like good time with like everyone else in the room. Then other event we had was Indian Games Night, where we played Indian games along with the members, and it was a really good time. Everyone was getting along, laughs, like lots of laugh, fun time. And then, as Sanskar said, we also had Garba Night and Diwali. So yeah, so those are the events which we organized in the past.
Oh, so for like in the Wellington Indian community, are there any many opportunities for other international students to meet with other of the Indian community, like other Indian people in Wellington?
Yeah, yeah. So we have a club. So if people want to get involved and they want to meet more Indian people, we have a club expo, which is in the first week of March, and so Indian students can come to that event and they can look for us, and they can ask us any questions. They can sign up for the club, and we'll give them our Instagram page, and then they can keep updated with all the events that we're having. They'll know the time and location of all the events, and they can meet Indian people that way. Yeah. So yeah, if Indian people want to get involved in the community, that's a really good way to do that.
Yeah, and I'll just
Yeah.
quickly add on to what he said. So if any international students would like to contact us, they can do it through our email, which is isovw@gmail.com, and like through our social media, which they can find on the club's directory website. And so if they would like to get involved in the community and also meet other Indian youth or anyone else, they can do it through the events that we organize throughout the year. And as Sanskar said, they can find all the information on our social media. And because we tend to update about events that we are gonna organize in the future or in like the coming weeks, so a good like thing would be to keep an eye out on our social media for more updates and attend the events. That's a really like great opportunity to meet new people, to meet Indian youth in the community. Yeah.
Yeah. So so we know like right now in New Zealand we are on the orange light. So but we still have plenty of strong students. So how can they get involved with the Indian community in Wellington? Do you have any advice?
Yeah. So, as Helena mentioned earlier, students can reach out to us at isovuw@gmail.com. And through that, they can find out about any online events that we're hosting. So recently we hosted an online event, and we had a lot of new Indian students actually show up to that event. And we played a lot of virtual games, which was really interesting to see. And so, yeah, so that's a very good way that offshore students can participate, meet people of the Indian community, even though they're hundreds of thousands of miles back home. Yeah.
Have there been any memorable experiences for you, or you both in Wellington Indian community, or maybe from the Indian student organization?
Yeah. Helina, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go with that. So any talking about any memorable experience would be definitely when we collaborated with the Indian High Commission. As Sanskar mentioned earlier, we collaborated with them for Diwali event. And it is one of the well-known Indian organization in New Zealand, which works to support Indians in New Zealand. And it was like one of the proudest moment for us as a club, where we worked alongside officials from the Indian High Commission, and we organized a really beautiful event where we got lots of compliments, lots of engagement, and around, as Sanskar said earlier, around like 100 people attended the event. So yeah, that's like one of my memorable experience with the club. And if Sanskar would like to share his one.
Actually, to be honest, that I'm gonna say the same thing. The Diwali event that we hosted was actually really special. And the fact that we got the High Commissioner of India to be involved was actually really memorable. Yeah, so I think by far that was one of the biggest events we had, and that was definitely a highlight of being part of the committee, for sure. Yeah.
Yep, it's same for me.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the support and well-being for the international students. If an Indian international student at Victoria Uni wants to reach out, who should they contact?
So as we both mentioned earlier, the best way for them to contact us would be through the email, which is
Mhm.
isovw@gmail.com. But if they don't prefer emailing us, they can also reach out to us on social media. For Instagram, our username is iso.victoria, and it's like iso.victoria. That's the spelling of the username. Or they can reach out on Facebook if they simply look us for a Victoria University Indian Students Organization. They will it will take us to our page. So through this like three different options, they can reach out to us. Yeah, like whatever they like suits them.
Yeah, what about if other students attend to a different institution? Who do you recommend for them to contact, or they can just contact you or like other organization?
If they prefer, they can directly contact us. We actually have few members from other institutes like Messi University, which they found us through social media. So if they would like to contact us or get in touch with us, we would like they can just contact us through email, our Gmail, or through social media. Yeah.
Would you like to give one more message to those Indian international students who may want to join the Indian student organization? Or do you have
Um,
any advice for those new students in New Zealand?
Yeah, so being a new student, it's a scary experience, for sure. You know, you're moving to a completely new country and you're leaving everything back home. And so one of for me, like one of the best ways to sort of come over that fear, that transition into Wellington, is meeting people that have been through through a similar experience, and you know, sharing your stories and sharing everything. And that actually makes moving here a lot easier, is making new friends, making friends with people that have also moved from their country. And also, as I mentioned before, the Club Expo, which happens first week of March, that's also a really good way to get involved, to meet new people. We will be there, but there's also a lot of other clubs. So if you're interested in, I don't know, dance, or interested in yoga, or badminton, pretty much anything you can think of, we have a club for it. And it's a really good way to meet new people and meet people with a similar mindset as you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's one advice I'd give to students, is to join a club, basically. That's
yeah,
a really good way. Yeah.
I would say the same, like moving to a different country or like even different city, it can be quite challenging and difficult because like you don't know anyone, like you by yourself. So one of the best thing they could do is join a club. There are multiple clubs at the university, like as per their interest. They like join the club, attend the events, and like that's how they will be able to meet new people and like make new connections and just have like the best time at the university they can have. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I believe we will have the next expo on the first week of trimester too. So will you guys be there?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Keeping in if the COVID is like all good and the expo does go ahead, we will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Helena and Sanskar, for being our guest today and talking with us about your organization and the Indian community, and also how those students can join in and with this community. Everyone can follow the Indian Student Organization using the link in the description below, and also check out their social media as well. For those international ambassador news, you can also find this in our description below. And thank you. See you guys next time.